This video is going to show how I do a shepherd's carry. So first, I've already got my starting position. I put my middle marker in my chest and I find the center of my armpit. For some reason that seems to work for me. But yeah, it's a little off center. And I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to make my seat. Somebody wants down already. And after I make my seat, I always keep my arm back here across the back of her knees. Yeah. I gather up the short side of the wrap, giving it just a little bit of tightening, but mostly just gathering, and I pin that. And I pin that down between my legs. You can't even see it, it's too far down. But right now it's kind of between my knees. But I'm not staying too far bent over because when I start making my chest pass, I don't want the wrap to be too far out from my body. Because that can keep you from getting as tight of a chest pass as you need to hold this down. Then you can pause to open up any bribes. Here, Miss Ruby.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so I'm mostly starting the tension of my chest pass using the bottom rail and kind of sorting everything around. And then I grab the top rail and I stick this other hand underneath on her butt to help guide the chest pass up so it doesn't get caught. And I'm basically pulling kind of straight up and over. And then I kind of chin pin the top rail while I work on the bottom rail, because this is the part that's going to really make or break your shepherd's carry, is the bottom rail. It has to be very snug so that this pass, when it's pulled up to tie, doesn't make your chest pass creep up. So I'm pulling across the front as I then pull in the back, and I'm making sure that this is going straight, knee to knee, making a second seat. Then I can grab over here and do the same thing, kind of pulling across the front while I pull from the other side. And I do the same thing through the chest pass, working my way up to the top. But I only do the rest of it after I've already tightened that bottom rail, because the bottom rail is the part that's going to really hold the carry in place so that your chest pass isn't creeping up over your boobs. And sometimes I do the little elbow pressure there. When I hear Ruby grunting a little bit, then I realize I've probably tightened a little bit too much. But you can see the bottom rail is really nice and snug, and my chest passes are usually bunched towards the bottom. But anyway, so then I slide, holding tension, all these rails up over my shoulder so that I don't lose everything that I've gained in tightening across the seat. At that point, I switch my pins. So if I'm using a shorter wrap, I actually chin pin, but I'm using a long enough wrap that I can actually pin down here. So bring this up and begin your slip knot. Over, up through the top, down, across, under, and back through. So you'll end up with these two little right here and this vertical up and down. And this part right here, you can tighten or loosen your slip knot. You can tighten this pass all together or strand by strand. Really all together only works when this part's a little bit loose. when you get it where you want it, you tighten it up. And as you can see, you'll still always have just a little bit of give. If it's tight enough that it doesn't move at all, you're probably hurting your baby. But after it's given that little bit of give, it's not going anywhere. And it actually makes me look like I have boobs, but I don't. See? Nothing there. This side's bigger, but my boobs aren't holding it in place. The bottom rail is. Okay? And that's how I shepherd Scary. Happy Risaroo Christmas in April.